Alright, here we go for round number 1 with our black-white vampires deck. I'm going to go ahead and keep this hand. It's a little clunky, but our opponent has mulligan, so that's good news for us. If we can grab a swamp, that'll be pretty sweet. And the fact that, yes, we do have one Conquisti, but that we can grab 2 of them out of the deck would be pretty nice. And they just make our bishop and our deacon and our Maverick Fine all that bit better. Alright, we draw Vanquish, pass the turn back. Our opponent mulled to 6 and topped. Okay. They're on red-blue, alright. But no turn 2 play, feels good to me. No swamp for us, and also no third land for us, which makes me nervous. Because even if we go... Well, we can always just pull one out. We don't have to pull both when we play it. Headstrong Brute. If we draw a swamp here, I will just vanquish that, I think. If we draw just a 2-drop, then I will play that and be sad. Repeating Barrage getting fired off on my Skyblade Legion. Okay. That's really aggressive, I think. But, and I'm fine with it. Totally fine. Now, no third land does not make me happy. That's really disappointing. I guess we'll just pitch a Conquisti. So they just bought back the repeating barrage after they attacked us for 3. Let's grab 1. No need to voluntarily mulligan, or discard, I should say. Maybe 9-8 was more of a correct pick, or split of lands. It's nice that if they're returning it, then we'll be able to nab it at some point with the freebooter. Because it is a sorcery, I believe. A Marauding Looter. Not looking good for the home team, for sure. Alright, I'll play Emissary. Games make me so anxious. Finally. Too little, too late is my guess. Weird way that our opponent tapped. I think I'm just off it. I don't think there's a way for us to come out of this. We'll take 7 here, and repeating barrage can also eventually kill us. Okay. I mean, that was just bad luck. I'm not sure if we want to switch to 9-8, though. We really don't have any double white, so I think I will do that. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to play first, and I'll keep. And this is a good example of why the Conquisti is a good little nugget, because we get to keep a 5-lander and not feel bad about it, because this is going to draw us a bunch of cards. I think we'll probably lead with the Hammer Skulls first. Magic Online lagging a little bit, or maybe my internet. Column A, column B, not sure. So I think I will actually, just to make sure I don't draw anymore, I'll just go grab 2. But that could be wrong. Three-mana 2/2 draw 2. Like, that wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. Lightning Rig Crew, sure. I assume they've got a pirate coming on in. Play Headstrong Brute. Well, we're racing now. They've got a creature that can't block, and we've got Hammer Skulls. So the nice thing about racing, theoretically in our deck, is that we've got lifelink. So I'll drop this, tap your LRC. Play another Hammer Skull. Pass back to the opponent. Now they could potentially be dealing, if they have another pirate, they're dealing us 5. So this is a close race, but we do have a good bit of life gain in our deck. A couple of ways to drop some 1/1s. The other thing is we're going to play like 2 derpy 2/2s next turn, and those can block this 3/3 pretty effectively as well. Playing a looter. Pitches the Prosperous Pirates. I'm going to assume that means he has another play for the turn. And it's a pirate as well. Another looter. Okay. Well, so my plan is going to be to tap down Lightning Grid Crew and Shipwreck Looter, and then drop 2 Conquistadors. Pitching Siren's Ruse is also interesting. Ooh, Walk the Plank. That's strong. I think that's going to be a next turn player after we drop 2 of our Conquistadors. Would have been great to have last draw. So we're going to tap Lightning Rig, tap a Looter, dive down on the 0/5. Interesting. Why not dive down on the 2/1 and then you can kill the Conquistador and keep your 2/1. So now you're just going to block there, block there. Well, we get dive down out of their hand for essentially free, and they're trading dive down for 2 damage. Dive down was basically gain 2 just now. I don't think that was a good use of that card for our opponent. No, I don't want to use the ability. Well, I'm certainly glad I wasn't tempted to fire off the Walk the Plank. Can the 3-mana 2/2 draw 2? Muldrifter. Let's call it Muldrifter from now on. Alright, well, I'm going to block like this. If I double block the 3/3, it's 1 point more point of damage, but we get blown out by so much, by bounce, by sure strike. This way I also get to keep a creature and kill a blocker rather than kill something that can't block. Ooh, boy, that's rough. Alright. Ooh, Skulldugs. Well, so here's what I can do. I can walk the plank, kill Lightning Rig Crew, play Conquistador and not attack, so that Skullduggery can, like, get my opponent. I guess that's what I'm going to do. Kill this thing. There's 7. Play a land. Play a Conquistador. That's right, the surprise 4th Conquistador. No, I don't want to search. I assume they have mostly action in their hand, so I'm not thrilled about this. Certainly it's a blue-red player that can respond to the stuff that we're casting. So I'm ready for the blowouts here. Block. So if I go plus and minus, this should be a 2-for-1, but seems unlikely. Oh, it's Menace, so I have to double block. All right. Plus, minus, Prey. Ooh, clean 2-for-1. Marauding Looter, okay. It's not great. So much card selection. But we did get to Skullduggery to kill 2 things. Ooh, Big Daddy Deeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what do we lose to Repeating Barrage if we leave ourselves super vulnerable, but other than that, so I think I like plus on you, get in for 6. And almost certainly be trading off Deacon for Looter if they offer the trade. Just trying to, like, not die to, like, burn plus bounce, you know? Like, Lightning Strike and Perilous Voyage are all real cards. We know they have the Repeating Barrage. They could go Depth of Desire, bounce this, make a treasure, then Repeating Barrage, you know. So if we leave ourselves with just one blocker, there is a combination of cards that can kill us, and I just don't think that's necessary. It seems overly risky when we've got a pretty, like, we're sort of forcing them to race with the 2 Hammer Skulls. Right, so okay, so they do have Repeating Barrage on the Deacon. Though I guess maybe math-wise, like they would be at 6 now and then they couldn't attack. Ugh, maybe I'm terrible. Maybe I'm just terrible. Do we ever think about that? You guys probably do. What can we draw here? Bishop of the Bloodstained one time. They've looted so much. Okay. Attack with Legion. Maybe all my clever thinking led me to be dead in this game. You have to imagine they have removal for something, right? They could also just unfriendly fire us if that's in their deck. It's another reason to, like, well, I don't know. Because they do have to get through the 3/3. Maybe if I attack with everything, then they can't attack us that last turn. Fathom, Fleet, Firebrand. And a Daring Saboteur. Yeah, but attacking her is pretty bad for you, right? Yeah, anything. I think that does it, right? Yeah, Vanquish the Saboteur. Phew, alright, so I did screw up. I definitely screwed up. Very cordial opponent, said highly enjoyed that one. Good luck in game 3. Skullduggery looks very good against them. Maybe even the Armasaur? I want to bring in Skullduggery, and I might want to cut Shining Aerosaur. It's fine, but it's just a 5-mana 3/4. That doesn't really synergize with our deck. Do I want to bring in Armasaur? Alright, I think we'll run it like that. Oh, sweet. Oh, baby. Now we're doing it. We have Skyblade into Mavernfine. Opponents got their lands. They did, see how they scryed. They scryed top. Alright, but no 2-drop from them. It's pretty great. Like, when I see this flooding, I'm, like, pretty happy that I've got the 4 Conquistadors in my deck, because I know that one of them is a draw to all of them. Wow, Lightning Strike the Skyblade. That's aggressive, I think. Certainly mana efficient, but very aggressive. Lightning Rig Crew, you got it. I mean, if they have no follow-up, then dropping this seems good, but I think we'll just play the Hammer Skull. That's a tough choice. I would rather, like, have that in play, I think, after a vampire has attacked, rather than before. Oop. Notes on, oh goodness, Repeating Barrage. My notes, well, I guess I'm happy that didn't kill the Maverin. Come on, Conquistador. Alright, so now we have a Duskborn Sky Marcher. It just makes me think that they must have more removal, right? So I'm going to go ahead and pass. It's very mana inefficient. Those are my notes on the draft from the World Championship for the podcast, Lords of Limited. Great plug. Lords of Limited podcast available on iTunes, Stitcher, and mtgcast.com. All right, so they're dropping a pirate. Hopefully not a flying one. Daring Saboteur. Big Daddy Mav. Ooh, and we draw Walk the Plank. I think I want to kill the Saboteur here. They're stuck on lands. They mulliganed. I think I want to give you resources. I guess the stuck on lands part makes me think, like, sure, you want to waste your turn so you can loot? But, like, I don't want you to dig through your deck. I'm ahead right now. And the more this goes uninterrupted, the more likely I am to win the game. Well, that was short-lived. Okay. Seems like a pretty strong Vanquish the Weak target, actually. Well, beer me a Legion Conquistador. That's all I gotta say. Actually, I should have attacked. Actually, I should have gained. Should have attacked and pumped so I could have gained 2, rather than just gain 1. Marauding Lootskis. Well, Skulldugs lets us trade the token for the looter. So I think I'll probably end up doing that. They're playing a land, though. Wonder if they're trying to get back Repeating Barrage. Seems like yes. +1, -1. So no loot, you can get back Repeating Barrage, or if you have a response, then you can use that. But they have fired off 3 very premium removal spells, so they're paying costs for something. Siren's Ruse. Yikes. So they don't get to return Repeating Barrage, but they do get to loot. And they do get to draw a card. So that's probably the worst outcome. I was thinking, like, well, whatever. If they... This isn't really a card, so I can't get super blown out if they have, like, Sure Strike or something, but that certainly did it. Now they get to loot. Show me... I can't believe I'm so excited to draw Legion Conquistador. Gosh. Never gonna happen, is it? With the looter in play and they keep playing lands. Prosperous Pirates. Like, why did you play land? You must have a 3-drop then. There we go. Now we're cooking. 3 mana, 2/2, draw 3. Alright, well, I will attempt the double block here, though I assume they've got some way to get me here. Don't really want them to be able to continue to loot. Ugh, sure strike. Anything really deals with us. Oh, run aground the Conquistador. Oh, just return repeating barrage. Is it an no, it's a sorcery. Huh. Okay. Well, step 1, we got rid of the looter. Step 2, they play Headstrong Brute, which I don't really care about. We do have a Skullduggery, which is nice. Sorry I'm not talking much. This game is stressing me out. It's also not much to talk about. Like, I feel like our decisions are pretty face up here, so they're just going to fire it off on a Conquistador pre-combat. I will just double block Prosperous Pirates. Our opponent gets to loot. So, I mean, like a Paladin of the Bloodstained here really helps us out. We do have about half lands left, right? We've drawn 8 lands. We have 9 versus 11. So can't really complain that much, but they've just really been able to filter through their deck very impressively. Hammerskull's a very good draw because it's going to allow us to potentially 2-for-1 them with Skullduggery. They can attack with both the Headstrong Brute. Now they get to return the Repeating Barrage. So attack for 1. Play Hammerskull. I would imagine they won't play around a second Skullduggery. And we were able to get them before. They just go ahead and play a land. There's still a land off of being able to go get back Repeating Barrage and cast it in the same turn. So they are going for it here. So we're going to Skullduggery pre-block so that we... Oh! They're just going to return it now. I see. Not really sure why they're doing this. So plus, minus... block. So I don't know what the last card in their hand is. Oh, they're going to fire it off. They've got dive down. So now we have perfect information. How's this race going to work out for us? Poorly, right? So just because they have repeating barrage, which if they draw a mountain, if they draw any land, they can just fire off and get back again. This is really tough. So any land they can fire it off and get back again, or if it's not a land, then they get to just probably play that thing. I think I have to keep everything back to block. I don't think I can win this race, man. Dive down being the last card there is a real bummer. There it is. So they fired off on Hammer Skull. Yep. We double block the Brute if they want to get it back. Now the good news for us is, what do they have? 8 lands, 9 lands they've seen. So we'd assume that most of their, that they're in a similar situation as us, I think, if they're running 16, 17 lands. And the issue is that they've got a really fantastic mana sink, and we've already used up ours, right? Our 4 Legion Conquistadors have seen the light of day and done work, but we are now at the mercy of the top of our deck. Well, that's a very good draw that's going to get destroyed, but at least it gets gotten and then not on our face. Yeah, sure, I'll use the Deacon's ability. It's a 5/3 now. Would have been great before, so we didn't have to 2-for-1 ourselves so much. So now they... Yep. Now, depending on how the top of our decks line up, we can potentially stop them from being able to attack cleanly. There's a Hammer Skull. I mean, if they just go a few straight lands and we rip a few straight spells, we can be in a good position. Okay. There's nothing. That is a very good draw for us. Something that can't get killed by the barrage. It's a really good draw. 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can't play around the Pirate Dispersal anyway, if that's what they had, Lookhouse Dispersal. But I'll just go ahead and cast this. That was probably the best draw we could have gotten. They're going to cast something. Shipwreck Looter, just a lone looter. So, I mean, barring anything absurd, that's we just got very, very lucky to rip three creatures in a row. 3 relevant creatures in a row. Opponent goes to 6. I mean, I would make that attack anyway, because then they have to attack. Alright, so play Emissary and get a land, which is nice. Opponent plays the land. I think the writing may be on the wall at this point, that we have the Deathless Ancient doing work. Oh! River's Rebuke. The defensive River's Rebuke. So they attack us for 2. Wow, there's Repeating Barrage and River's Rebuke in the same deck. I was almost counting my chickens. They have not hatched yet. They have not hatched yet. Play Ancient. Play Hammer Skull. Cross our fingers. Just very, I mean, they may be hoping that we make a mistake and don't block with, and we block with the 4-4 instead of the 2-3. Like, have to block this way. Wow, and we got there. Got there in 3 games. That's very surprising to me. And I made the mistake at the end of game 2, which ended up not mattering. But I think the reason that we were able to win that game is the turn that we realized we weren't the beatdown. Hoping that my housemates can slam the door a few more times. I don't know if you guys are all hearing that, but all right. So Skyblade of the Legion would be my favorite draw to receive here. And I just think that is one of the most important things in this format. Is just being able to know, like, I'm not the aggressor right now. Just playing against green-blue. Green-blue with no 1 or 2 drop is really nice. I assume we'll see a 3 here. A Shapers of Nature. Interesting. Actually, I probably should have dropped Emissary there. Water Trap Weaver. Coming out swinging. Play Emissary. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Would I like to draw 3 cards? You got that right. So you can only attack with Shapers. Play Stormfleet, sure. Play Branchwalker, sure. The flyer is the problem, but the rest is not. Alright. So here, what I think I want to do is play Deacon, and then next turn I can attack with Deacon. Next turn I play Mavern Fine and Conquistador and draw a bunch. And I think we just say go. Now, other than the flyer, doesn't have great attacks. Down to 3 cards. But Shaper of Nature can really take over the game with them being flooded. Just going to go ahead and bump it up, pump up the volume, jam. Okay. Oh, Baby and Ancient. Oh, Baby and Ancient. Let's play Mav. So this is sort of a bummer, but so we're gonna attack with these 3. Oh, Siren's Ruse the Water Trap Weaver. You're gonna tap Anointed Deacon, would be my guess. Yeah, sure. I think Seeker should be a clean draw. Or a clean attack, rather. Yeah. I play Conquistador. Oh yeah, I'll draw 3 of them. Oh, MTGO, come on. I assume still just the flyers, their only clean attack. Oh, and a water trap weaver. Okay. Sure. Put a counter, kill the Hammer Skull? It's interesting. You have another play? I guess it's good. They didn't get to draw a card off the Siren's Ruse, so it's not the end of the world that it happened like that. And now, what? Now Pounce Maverick Fine. Okay. These are all not great. Alright, so go ahead and put a counter, or go ahead and pump there. Yes. Gosh, and now Deathless Ancient is looking pretty sad, because it can't block the Stormfleet. So I think we gotta go Hammer Skull, Conquistador, find the last one. Yes. Yeah, this is really putting a bee in my bonnet. Bonnet bees. What removal do I have that's catch-all? Not a ton, right? Contract Killing would be a pretty good draw for us. I mean, we'll have a turn to chump if they want to go pump here, but I imagine they want to go pump draw, because it doesn't change the clock to deal us 5 versus 4. Yeah. So take 4. Skulldugs. Can't really fire that off here. So we'll go ahead and I think we're going to attack with almost everything. Yes. Leave back the Conquistador. Tap the Shapers. This is getting him for 10. I'm going to play Deathless Ancient, which is a chump blocker. Oh, I didn't change the mana base. Play Ancient. And pass. I mean, his last card is canceled. That's a bummer. Looks like it's not. No, they're just removing a counter. So now they have to at least spend 4 of their mana to put the counter on. And then to kill us, they have to also have a bounce spell. Or a removal spell. And if Shapers of Nature dies, which it certainly could, I don't know, depending on what's in their hand, obviously, we may be able to turn this corner. They play a land. Oh boy, they're really thinking about it, which leads me to believe that they don't have a clear path to victory. They don't have a clear, like, they don't have depths of desire or whatever, depths of dispersal, a bounce spell, or a removal spell. My path is pretty clear, right? I have to block, like, they attack with the aerialist, I have to block. And if they don't attack, I'm in pretty good shape. So we must block, they must add a counter. And so we can do a few tricksy things. Like, if they pass with 5 mana up, then I'm going to assume they either have the 3/3 flash flyer or the 4/4 flash and rage. Oh wow, they just concede. Wow. Oh boy. That's very surprising. That's very surprising. Very lucky for us, I guess, that they weren't able to find some way to interact. Well, Skullduggery against Merfolk seems quite strong. How often is this going to be a flyer? Like, never. Can't cut Aerosaur this time around. These Conquisties, man. Conquisties are beasties today. What? Maybe Sheltering Light not so good against, It's blue-green? I mean, they did have Pounce. But Skullduggery can respond in a similar way to Pounce in a favorable situation as a way to 2-for-1. So I think I'll just do it like that. Sweet, this is a really good hand. I'll keep. Got a strong 2-drop. I would assume that it'll be able to nab a spell out of their hand. Hopefully no spell. They do reveal Pounce. Oof. Well, now I don't want to fire this off, because I know they'll just fight. Well, they'll just fight anyway, right? This is only bad if they have literally nothing, which they do not. God, River's Rebuke again? Terrible. Terrible news. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just remember. They got a Keeper, they got a Looter, now they have Pounce. You just Pounce right now to make sure that you get... Really? So now I just... Well... If I play Conquistador and find 2 of them... I don't have to discard. I will attack. So I know Looter, Run Aground, and Pounce are in their hand. Definitely going to block here. Seems like a no-brainer as long as I can get value from my 2/2s. They draw land. They play the land. So I know all the cards. I've seen everything. Oh my god. They're really, really busting me here. I think let's play Emissary. Try and find a land. I gotta put that in the graveyard. And attack. They're just gonna run aground Emissary? They're not valuing the fact that I know about Pounce. So run aground gone. Attack for 4. Hopefully we can draw a swamp here. Play Emissary. I need to find lands. Put it in the graveyard. Attack. It's been pretty unlucky for us to only see 3 lands and 15 cards. But what can you do? This makes absolutely no sense to me, but sure. We're just going to damage. They're just... Now we're pouncing? You're going to play the looter. I have no idea what's happening. I have no idea what's happening. Please let me draw a 4th land so I can just keep up Skullduggery the rest of the game. They loot. They River's Rebuke to loot again. Not River's Rebuke. They Siren's Ruse to loot again. Okay. Well, I'm just going to play Skyblade. And attack with Freebooter. I just think I can't let them get River's Rebuke. I have to keep up Skullduggery. Sure, Deeproot Warrior. Go and attack with the 2 flyers. I think we'll play another Conquistador to go draw another Conquistador. Pounce is happening right now, so let's go +1 and -1 for the blowouts. Yeah. Oh boy, that felt good. I mean, they really screwed that up, not doing that like 18 turns ago. Now it feels like we've turned the corner in a very big way. Oh, he just top deck another Pounce. Oh. Now at least River's Rebuke will be a defensive River's Rebuke. I will attack with everything. And yeah, I'll play another one. Not crazy about this. Like, River's Rebuke is not great for us right now because oh, they're not even interested in seeing what happens. Well, we would have drawn another land, but it would have been not a good land for us. We would have had to play like 2-drop. Maybe we would have played Emissary to try and find a Plains, and then if not, could have Vanquished, but then we still would have been discarding. All right. Oh, let's make that land change before we go to the finals. Go 9-8. Yeah. All right. it has felt like two very strong opponents so far, and just some decks we were able to turn the corner against, and all on the back of just the card advantage of these derpy conquistadors. I mean, that's really been very, very strong, I think. So even if we 2-1, I think I might be a believer now in the conquistador. And it's interesting to sort of track where they are in the draft of like, okay, I see this one here, and so I'm going to grab this one 5th because I think the one in the last pack, in the pack that I opened, will wheel. And I think that's sort of what we did in this draft of if you sweep them up in the first pack, then basically no one is going to be after them. You sort of stake your claim as the conquistador player early. You should be all right. All right, would I like to play first? Yes. All right, I'm definitely going to keep. We need a 3rd land, but being able to play the Conquisti on 3 and then Mavern Fine on 4 is nice. Mavern Fine's just been a real removal hot rod. Hot rod? Is that what I'm looking for? Divining rod? Mountain and Deeper Warrior. Well, an aggro deck abounds, and no 3rd land for us, unfortunately. Our opponent cracks in for 2 and plays a Ravenous Daggertooth. This is all not stuff I'm like super concerned about, so I'll just go ahead and play the Conquistador. Search up 1. Merfolk, Branchwalker. Walk the Plank not looking great. This is looking like a deck I had earlier. If they only attack with Deeproot, which they do, that's very good news for us. If we can draw a land, oh man, now we might be doing it. So I'm going to play Mavern Fine. I'm going to attack with a Conquistador. We're going to get that trigger. Interesting. Just like really looking forward to blocking. I think I'm okay here. Thrash of Raptors. So if we draw a swamp, that'll be very nice. We do not. Can't really set up a... Well, I can set up a Skullduggery plus a Sheltering Light, which isn't great. I think we probably just want to play Conquistador and find a few more babies. Maybe just one more right now. And just be very obvious about holding up Skulldugs. Could also have held up Sheltering Light instead, which might have been better, honestly, against the beef on the other side of the table. If we draw a swamp, we can fire off Contract Killing and Walk the Plank in the same turn. Swing out Louise. Alright, I'll block the Dino and block... Well, No, I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna try and just kill the Thrash here with Skulldugs. Boo doo 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 doo. Dinosaur Stampede. Okay. Are we just dead? Let's count. 4. This is trampling over for 3, trampling over 6. So that's 13 total. And I can reduce it by 2, which is but I'm going to gain 2, so I think it's still worth it to go +1, -1. We're not dead, but it's not looking good. Do they have a follow-up? Follow-up is Deep Root Warrior, which is annoying because... Alright, well, let's attack with Mav. I'll play this. I can play what? I mean, if I play Hammer Skull and double block 1, I take 2 but gain 1. Let's do this. Play this. Yes, let's draw. Get the last one. Block like that. Sheltering Light the 2/2. Vanquish? Oh gosh. I think I have to bottom that. I think I need a swamp. Go to 1. Six Trampler. Grazing Whiptail. Alright, I can deal with that. Swamp, please. Swamp, please. What a bummer. What a bummer. So I play Big Daddy Deeks. Yes. Attack. Get a 1/1. Now, Maverick Fine's going down for the count here. My blocks are going to be 3/3 on the 2/2, 1/1 on the 3/4, and 2/2 on the 2/2. I don't know how I always end up in these, like this deck doesn't feel like it should be on the back foot that much. And it is running 17 lands, but it has gotten mana screwed a lot, it has felt like. Maybe not a lot. So you're swinging out with everything? Oh, just those 2. So Maverick Fine does not have to go down for the count. Block, chump. I certainly value Maverick more than I value the Deacon at this point. Let's see what our opponent has to follow up with. Nothing, just a land. Man, a swamp. Swamp, please. Ugh. Well, let's crack in with the Conquistador. We're dead to a land, right? I mean, I just play the thing with more butt and play another thing with a butt. And I might not be dead to 8. This would be an 8 trampler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can absorb it. Deshaun's Wayfinder. Finds Grazing Whiptail, which I assume... Oh, no, doesn't keep on top. Wow. That's surprising to me. Swamp, please. Very close. It's very close to a swamp, but it is so not a swamp. So, what do we do? I think we just do nothing. I think we just play Conquistador and do nothing. Because now, even if they have a land, they don't have... Well, they do have actually pretty good attacks. No more Conquistadors, huh? Shuffling that Vanquish for sure. If they draw a land, then I'm pretty boned because I can't really, like... I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I can sort of do like 6 and 6 and kill something and then have the rest of my team die. But I don't really have a choice. I don't really have a choice. Man, I almost attacked with that freebooter too, like a dum-dum. If they had land number 8, they would just slam it, right? And just attack with these two. Or maybe they do have land number 8 and they're just trying to figure out what would happen. They don't have land number 8. They're trying to get raid. Okay, so I will block like this so that I can gain a life in case they have like the Pyromancer. Oh, ooh, is he good? Not good enough to get a swamp, that's for sure, but he is good. Oh boy, that's frustrating. I certainly can't survive a land now. Sun-crowned hunters. And maybe just no attacks. Swamp. Let's go. So we have to contract killing the sun-crowned hunters. And I think we gotta walk the plank on the keepers. It's too big of a threat if they hit 8 mana. And I'll pass. I mean, both of your creatures are threats, so I have to chump. Okay. I don't really have any other options here. I don't think. Okay, I mean, I could double block in different ways. Wow. Yep, that's gonna be game. Yep. Well, opponent ripped better than we did. It also helped that a land was live for them for a little while too. Oh man. I felt like I played that game quite well. Just couldn't get there. It's tough because they have a bunch of they're not a conventional big red-green deck. Bellowing Aegisaur I think I do like against them. Shining Aerosaur less so. Maybe I want the Queen's Agent too. I don't have that. I keep thinking about the amount of life gain I have, and it's not a ton. I've just got these two, and I've got Maverick that makes the 1/1s as well. I think I'm gonna switch those two out. I think this is gonna be good against red-green. I'm not gonna bring in a second Skullduggery. I'd like to play first. Yes. Keep. That's a good draw. Ooh, nothing. Okay. Information, but... So you just went Forest and Knight. That's totally fine by me. So I'm going to play the Conquistes. One, two, three. And attack. Though we could just double block the Knight, but I'm trying to set up a cute, like, I vanquish in response to the trigger kind of deal. Oh, that's a good one. Alright, I will attack. Play another Conquistador. Nope. Just gonna drop Whiptail. Oh, Thrash. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm gonna sketchily keep up Vanquish and Skulldugs. So I can just do like this and go plus and minus to just trade it all off. But I think I'd rather just have them around and go ahead and kill this Thrash. Sure Strike? Okay. that I can't deal with, right? So this is 6 damage, and I can reduce it all, but not enough. Alright. It makes me sad. Not mad to get Sure Strike out of their hand, but... Alright, well, I'm gonna just play the Aegisaur and pass. About the Whiptail, and then don't know about anything else. Golly. Just gonna take it. Okay. Show me what you got now. Now I will block with the Aegisaur. I guess they would trade. Maybe that's why they were trying to do it. Do you get it? I have Skullduggery. Probably should have played Hammer Skull there. Opponent deep in the tank. Nope, still that document. Well, this is awkward. So, if I go like this, and like this, and like this, I take 5. That can't be the best. What could be the best? God, they have the Dino Strike, right? So I might just be owned no matter what. I think they have Dino Strike. Plus, minus. Alright, we're gonna pump up the team. They could have the Stormfleet for sure. They could just have Unfriendly Fire, which could also end us. Yep. What do you want to do? At face? Yuck. And hammer butts. And I will pass. Oh, that could have killed us last turn. Alright. Well, 2-1 that is. Some poor matchup in that last match, but all good. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please consider clicking that subscribe button. Catch you next time.